What it do, surprise Shawty crew, and hey, my Daizee love. So I have two things I want to talk about really, really quickly. At first, I was going to do them separate, but I feel like they can all go together. The first being that you have matured. You know this, okay? You're not the same person. You have matured in love. You have matured in your reactions and responses. You have just matured. I think about all the tantrums and stuff that I used to have with God and even with some people, right? And how I would tell y'all that, like, I had a full blown tantrum today, or I was acting crazy. Like, I think about how that used to be, and I don't act like that anymore, not even with God. When things pop up and they inconvenience me, or I feel very uncertain, I'm generally in a place now where the Holy Spirit keeps me calm and level headed. And I've noticed that, and I've been so proud of myself. Like, old Megan would have turned up. Old Megan would have walked away. Old Megan would have been like, you know what? And I mean, walked away, like gave up, not walked away like in maturity to avoid the conflict. No, I would have walked away and like that was it. And so I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful that I understand that it's a bigger picture. And so instead of being led off by an instant or by a moment or reacting based off of a moment or an instant, and even if we're talking about jumping to conclusions and making negative assumptions, the wrong negative assumptions, I'm just slower to do that now. And so I'm very grateful for that. Especially like the crying stuff. Last night something happened, not gonna share it, but I was so upset. Like, I could have literally, like, I wanted to fight the air, punch the air. I was really mad. And I wanted to cry, but I didn't, because I know God is going to work it out. I know that He is going to fix it. Like, I really believe that. I really believe Him. And so I had to just remain calm, because it's like overexerting myself in that moment, getting worked up in this moment, that's not going to solve anything. And I'd rather just put my energy into the solution. I'd rather put my energy into listening to Him for the solution versus being upset about it, or and even being led astray and making the wrong move because I was trying to do it so hastily. Doing it hastily, is that right? I was trying to do it quickly and just fix it on my own, and I didn't get the overall strategy. Like, there really is a bigger picture. So I feel like once we understand that on a certain level, then we can understand that in our faith walk. Like, God knows, and this isn't happening for no reason. He's testing you, all those things. Like, just relax, shorty. So you're maturing. The second thing, are you with the enemy? And I feel like this is how it all goes together. Yesterday, I just kept being reminded of my words about, like, breaking up with the enemy never felt so good, and running off on the enemy and all of that. And I'm like, it's in my mindset, it's in my approach, it's in my reactions. Like, I could feel that, like, man, it feels good leaving you alone, right? Like, in that regard. And so I was already thinking about that yesterday, but last night I dreamt. I had to text my mom this morning. I dreamt, well, in the wee hours of the morning, it wasn't last night. I dreamt that I was, like, with the enemy. And what was blowing my mind was he had just like killed most of my family, like hurt most of my family, and I saw it and I witnessed it, even to the extent of I was trying to help them, but then afterwards I was running off with him. I was like, now wait a minute, God. And it was confirming what I was already picking up on yesterday. Are you with the enemy in your mindset and your reactions and how you love and how you forgive? Like, those are things that can hurt your family. Those are things that's definitely not helping your family. So are you with the enemy? I've shared so much of my story. We know different accounts romantically and stuff for me. Like, I'll be the first one to say I was sleeping with the enemy, right? Like, literally in a relationship with him. But that was really eye-opening for me. Like, if you were to see how that played out, like, we don't always understand what our behavior, what our words, what our responses look like, right, in the spiritual realm. But imagine it being a movie and you love your family, right, and you would do anything to protect your family and to save your family, but you don't see in your behavior, in your mindset, how you are with the very thing that's hurting them, that's attacking them, that's coming after them, no matter what it may be, if it's your immediate family, if it's your spouse, whatever the case may be. But just imagine watching that on a movie, how we would think, how we would be looking at them. Like, why are you with that very thing that's against them? And sometimes we don't know that. So that comes in with the maturity, which we just talked about, right? So I just want to encourage us all to kind of take a moment and observe and assess like where we think we are, where we would like to be, how we would like our responses to grow and to change and evolve. And the answer to that is going to be with the Holy Spirit. Spend more time in God's presence. Spend more time being saturated in his presence and with his love. And then it'll make it easy. Because in a dream, I was becoming aware. Like, it was like I was me, but I was also observing me in a dream. So it was like, why am I doing this? Why am I even going running off of him? Like, you just tried to kill my family. Like, what in the world? What is happening? And when I was waking up, like literally waking up, I was waking up to the fact of like, I am not supposed to be with you, crazy, you know? And so I just want us to just think about that. Okay, so happy Tuesday. I love y'all. I miss y'all. I pray y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all in the next video.